Chainsaw Man is an eloquent, introspective, ultra-horny, violent gore-fest that venerates chain-smoking and bass guitar. Unashamedly overflowing with every element that makes anime so popular, as if it had been formulated by a machine learning algorithm. Without prior knowledge, the single image of a man literally made of chainsaws is enough to pique the interest of even the most hesitant connoisseur. And yet in truth, its down-to-earth examination of desire, ambition, friendship and purpose makes it undoubtedly human in origin. It's addictive as all hell, its impact has been enormous, and it'll certainly go down as one of the greats. And yet, in this overwhelming sea of positivity, my bullshit hypercritical neuron prison caught the transient reflection of the animanga trope that drives me completely up the wall every time I see it used. Power escalation. The fights in Chainsaw Man are generally completely awesome. I mean, it's a guy with a frickin' chainsaw attached to his head, and even though he's supposedly been killing devils since he was a child, Denji's fighting style matches his personality. The issue is that a guy made of chainsaws shouldn't really be losing against anyone, no matter how sloppy he fights, and so we have to see him clumsily get his ass kicked by a guy who moves so fast we can't even see him, for us as the audience to suddenly realise Denji has a long, interesting journey of power growth ahead of him. The natural byproduct of any long-running world built upon a foundation of brute force, power escalation is a ticking time bomb in the heart of so many otherwise great works, often rearing its ugly visage mere fractions into the overall length of any story. It becomes one with the writing itself, leading the previously intense battles of yesterday to be viewed as a children's playground squabble in the light of today's new interdimensional conflict. Truthfully, Chainsaw Man is at the bottom of an immense list of bigger, more violent offenders, and its sheer quality in other respects causes this tiny impurity to be the razor blade in the apple, reopening the familiar wound I've received so many times before. Remember when Kiowa was a complete badass at the start of Hunter x Hunter? Remember in Demon Slayer when they killed an upper ranked demon only for it to have a fucking fake eye? Remember when Super Saiyan was a mythical transformation? Power escalation is one of those things that is so dumb and nonsensical that it feels like it shouldn't even exist. And yet so many of the most popular series completely rely on it as their core narrative device that I feel like I'm the insane one. For me, the stuff that really works focuses on tactical advantages and smart use of whatever superpowers are at play. Although the stands in JoJo's have completely ridiculous and made up powers, and the fights are usually decided by ass pulls, at least each character has specific strengths and weaknesses that feel like you're watching a chess game rather than a predetermined display of some bullshit numerical power level. More painfully, power escalation is the signature of a work that outstays its welcome. For although every hero must have obstacles to surmount, it only becomes artificial when the cycle repeats itself. An impossibly powerful hero is once again faced with a bigger, stronger bad, in the name of selling more copies. Full Metal Alchemist, Evangelion, Samurai Champloo, and the self-contained stories of JoJo's. Each of these stand as pinnacles of animanga storytelling. Not only are they incredibly well made, but equally important, they know when to say farewell before they are forcefully ejected. As much as we'd all love to return to these beloved worlds and characters, it is best not to resurrect the dead, for their story is told and they already live on in our hearts. Basically, the reason I hate power escalation so much is that it takes what were once meaningful battles and events and trivializes them to give the story a sense of growth and progression. Even though it's a fundamental part of so many things I enjoy, it's really just a band-aid that covers hasty, lazy world building and writing, and is used to artificially extend a popular money-making story far beyond its initial scope and the point when it should have been put out of its misery, butchering its legacy in the process. Thank you for watching. Peace.